Hey everyone, I'm Alex. Thanks for clicking and welcome to this lesson on present continuous questions. In this video, I will look at yes/no questions as well as questions for who, what, where, when, why, and how, all related to the present continuous or present progressive, depending on which grammar book you're reading. They're the same thing. So first, let's start with yes/no questions. Oh, and if this is the first time you're watching engVid, this is my buddy Steve. He's going to be joining us today, and he's usually pretty quiet, so don't expect too much from him today. He's just hanging out. Okay. So first, what's the structure of a yes/no question with the present continuous? You have the conjugation of the verb to be in the present, am, are, is, plus your subject, plus verb ing. I'm just going to call it verbing, okay? So are you verbing? Is she verbing? Okay? You can also do negative questions. I'm not going to focus so much on them, but just so you know the structure, if you use I, you can say, am I not? Okay? Now, this one is a little more formal, so we don't typically ask like, am I not questions, but it's possible. And of course, you can ask, are you not, or is he not, is she not, or aren't we, aren't they, aren't you, isn't he, isn't she, isn't it, okay? So you have affirmative questions and negative questions. Now, here we go. Ready, Steve? Let's do it. Yes, no. So are you, is he, is she, are they, are we? You can ask very common questions. Are you kidding? Are you joking? Are you being serious? So you can ask these, of course, if you think someone is playing a joke on you and you don't think they're telling the truth, or maybe the news is so amazing that you don't believe them. So are you kidding? Is he joking? Are they being serious? Okay. Next, let's do is she. So is she coming? Maybe you're going to a party, or maybe you're going to the movies, maybe you're going to a restaurant and you want to leave. Say, hey, is she coming? We need to go. Or you just want to ask if they are attending, the event. Next, hey, are you getting anything? Maybe you go to a coffee shop and, you buy something and you get a coffee and a croissant, and you're asking your friend, are you getting anything? Are you buying anything? Do you want anything? Next, are you leaving soon? You can ask this to someone who is at work and you want to know if they will be leaving work soon. So, hey, are you leaving like now? Are you leaving soon? When are you leaving? Okay. And are you bringing anything? So maybe you are going to a friend's house and you want to ask someone else who is coming with you if they are going to bring some food or some drink. So are you bringing anything? And later you'll see, what are you bringing? Okay. So are you bringing anything? Are you having any problems? So maybe, your friend is playing a new video game and they've never played it, and you want to know if they are okay with the control scheme or they're okay with how the game works. So, hey, are you having any problems with the game? Or maybe with a new phone. Are you having any problems with the phone? Or a laptop. Are you having any problems with your new laptop? Or is it okay? And finally, hey, are you wearing... So are you wearing that? So maybe you and your friend are going to a wedding together, and they are wearing the same thing as you are. So you can say, whoa, are you wearing that? Are you wearing the same thing I'm wearing? All right. And is it? Now, you can't really say, is it getting anything? You could. Maybe it's a robot who's ordering a cappuccino or something. Is it getting anything? Like a droid. And so here are some extra ones just for is it specifically. Is it raining? You're inside a building, you're at work, there are no windows. So you want to ask, hey, is it raining outside? Is it snowing? Or in the famous words of Bono from U2, is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? So maybe you're asking about a relationship or something, or a project that you're working on, or you're reading a book and the book is terrible in the beginning. And you say, oh, I hate this book. Oh, it's so bad. And your friend asks you, 1 day later, 2 days later, how's the book? Is it getting better? And maybe it's getting better, maybe it's not. How's your English? Is it getting better? After this video, I think so. So let's continue with some WH questions. Okay, now let's look at some WH questions with the present continuous. So first, we will begin with what. So the construction of this question is the WH question word plus am, is, are, plus the subject plus verb ing. Basically, what are you verbing? What is he verbing? What is she verbing? So let's look at some common what questions. And for this, I'm just going to stick with what are you, but don't forget, you can say what is she? What is he? What are they? Okay, what are we? What am I? And you can also do negatives. So what aren't you? What isn't he? What isn't she doing, for example? Okay, so what are you doing? The most common question of all. At this moment, what is your activity? What is your action? You can also use this for the future. What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing after class? Next, what are you wearing? So if you are attending a wedding or a funeral or any event or party or occasion, a funeral is not a party in some cultures maybe, but you can ask, someone who is going to this event, what are you wearing? Or you can ask them on the phone, what are you wearing? That's, let your mind travel wherever it wants to travel, okay? So what are you working on? So you see your roommate or your friend, they're at their desk writing or maybe typing or drawing, and they're busy. They are working on something, on a project, on a book maybe. So say, hey, what are you working on? You can also use that question in the office if you want to know what your colleagues, your coworkers are doing. What is their current project? What are you working on? Hey, what are you trying to do? So we have a lot of trying questions now, meaning like, what are you attempting? What is your goal? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me? So your friend is, not being very direct, not being very clear with their information. They are hiding something. And you say, wait, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me? You can also ask, hey, these days, all right? So these days means lately, recently. You can ask your friends, your colleagues, what are you reading these days? What are you watching these days? So on TV or, on your laptop or your phone, maybe what are you watching now in the moment or in the extended period of life right now? What are you watching these days? What are you reading these days? You see your friend, they're going like this. Yeah. What are you listening to? All right. What are you listening to on your phone or on your MP3 player or on YouTube, whatever? What are you looking at? So maybe you're on a balcony. Your friend lives in an apartment and they're looking. Hey, what are you looking at? What is he looking at? What is she looking at? Okay, you're in a restaurant. What are you getting? What do you want to order? So you're with your wife, your husband, your partner, and you're looking at the menu together. You have your menu, he or she has his or her menu, and you say, I think I want the lobster. What are you getting? Okay, so remember, you can also use the present continuous for the future. So you can ask, what are you getting? Which food are you going to get in the future? All right, what are you hoping for? Maybe it's your birthday and, you want to ask your friend, or maybe it's your friend's birthday and you're talking about presents and gifts. You want to know what they want for their birthday. You say, well, what are you hoping to get? What are you hoping for in terms of gifts? And this can go with like listening to, reading, watching, playing for video games. Hey, what are you playing these days? You can also say, okay? All right, so let's keep going with the WH questions to beef up, juice up your English. Juice up is a phrase I just made up, so don't worry about it. Okay, let's keep going. All right, next we have when, where, and why. Steve is in the way a little bit, but there's no more room, so he can stay there. So let's start with when. Hey, when are you going? Like, what time are you leaving, for example? So, leaving. When are you leaving, right? When are you leaving work? When are you leaving the school? When are you leaving your house? When are you moving? Your friend is moving. You want to know when? Or when is he moving? When is she moving? When are they changing locations of where they live? Okay, so when are you starting? So this is maybe at a job and you want to ask your partner or a friend when they are starting their new job. Hey, when is she, when are you having the baby? So maybe, a friend is pregnant. You want to know the due date of the baby. You can say, hey, when is she due? You can also say, when is she going to have the baby? Or when is she having the baby? Now, I know there are grammar people out there that will say, you cannot say, when is she having the baby? Because you can never be 100% sure. People say this, okay? Just people say it. So there's a difference between what is grammatically correct and what is used. I'm giving you something that is used. So when is she having the baby? When are you finishing? All right, so what time do you finish work today? Next, where? What's better? Here's better. Where are you going? Hey, so maybe you have kids. Where are you going? They're leaving the house. Where are you moving? So we said, when are you moving? We can also ask where. Where are you moving? Are you moving to Vancouver? Are you moving to Abu Dhabi? Like, where are you moving? Where are you working now, right? Hey, where are you working now? I haven't seen you in a long time. What are you doing? Where are you working? Where are you studying? Which university? Which college? Which school? Where are you staying? So your friends are going on vacation and you want to know which hotel they are using. So, hey, where are you staying? Oh, we're staying at X hotel. I don't want to advertise any hotels on engVid for some reason. All right, so where are you staying? Next, we have why. Why are you laughing, Steve? It's not funny. Why are you laughing? Stop it. Right? Why are you just standing there? Why are you just standing? Like, move, do something. Move, Steve. Why are you looking at me like that? You have no eyes now. Poor Steve. Why are you acting funny? Or why are you smiling? I love Steve. It's fine. It's good. All right, let's go. Let's learn some more English. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there, Steve. So next, how. How are you? Very common. How are you doing? How are you doing that? How are you just hanging off the board like that? It's weird. Okay, so how are you still functioning? So maybe your friend hasn't slept in a long time and they're walking like a zombie, but they're still okay. And you say, like, how are you still functioning? How is your body still working? Or maybe you have a robot friend and they look like they should be broken. And you say, how are you still functioning? X to Y to Z or something. And hey, how are you getting ready? Now, this is a very specific context. So maybe you have a presentation or you have an interview coming up. and you want to ask, your friend how they are preparing for the presentation, how they are preparing for the interview. So, hey, how are you getting ready for your interview? Are you researching the company online? Are you thinking of possible interview questions? Things like that. Okay, and then some more specific ones to how. I gave you a how long, how many, how much. So how long are you staying? You have a visitor from out of town and they're visiting for a short time and you want to know how long they are staying. How long are you staying? How long is she staying? How long is he staying? How long are we staying here? Okay. How many? How many are you bringing? How many are you taking? So think of almost any object or drink or food, or how many of whatever you're bringing are you bringing? So how many are you taking? How many are you bringing? How much are you paying for your phone? How much are you paying for your internet? How much are you paying for your house? If you're in Canada, the answer for all of those is probably too much. Thanks, Canada. Love it, though. All right, who? So, who is? Here I put a little star because these who questions do not follow the formula I gave you here because we don't know the subject. So we're trying to find out who the subject is. So, who's coming? Maybe, you're asking a group of friends to come with you to go shopping or to make a run to McDonald's or something and say, okay, who's coming? Who's coming with me? Who's going? So, hey, who's going to the movie? Who's going to the performance, the concert? Who's playing? Maybe your friends are watching a soccer game or they're watching a hockey game and you just want to know the two teams that are competing. You can say, hey, who's playing? Or who's playing now? Who's playing tonight for the future? Who's playing now for the present? Who's calling? You hear a phone, right? Hey, who's calling? Who's calling you, you can say. Who's texting you? Who is messaging you? So you hear ba-ding, 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 ba-ding on someone's phone again and again and again. You say, who's messaging you? Who is texting you? Who's calling you again and again and again? And who's driving? Listen, I want to go with you guys. I want to go on this camping trip. But I don't want to go if Brad is driving. Is Brad driving? Because if he is, I don't trust him. So who's driving? Okay. Hey, who is bringing? You're having a big party where everyone must bring some food or something to drink. This is called potluck in English. So you can say, hey, who's bringing the drinks? Who's bringing the utensils? Who's bringing the dessert? And very important question anytime you go to a restaurant with some friends, who's paying? Who is going to pay? No, I don't want to pay. Are you paying? No, is he paying? Who's paying? Are you paying? You're paying. Okay, good. All right, so we'll go after. All right, guys. That is a lot. So after this video, I hope you feel that you have acquired a lot of language, skills, tools that you can use in your conversations while you're watching movies, while you're listening to a conversation on the street. These are all common questions that you can use and that you will hear all over the place, all right? If you'd like to test your understanding of all of this, you can check out the quiz on engvid.com. If this is the first time you are watching an engVid video, please go to our site. We have thousands of videos, not only about grammar, but we cover pronunciation, vocabulary, writing skills, IELTS, TOEFL, anything you can think of related to learning English. So check us out over there. We have lots of amazing people. So don't forget, after this video, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the bell, and also check out my fan page on Facebook and check me out on Twitter as well. That's it, I think. Oh, if you want to support the site, as always, you can also donate. We really appreciate every financial donation we receive. Don't feel pressured to do it. Just if you enjoy what we've been doing, if you've been following us for a long time, everything helps us. All right, so thank you very much. And until next time, thanks for clicking.